So today is March the 8th, and yet again, we got another huge OpenClaw update drop. Lots of bug fixes and huge key features that I want to cover here in today's video. It's barely like a few hours since we did last
Yeah, we did the 3.7 video earlier, and 3.8 just dropped. And I think this one is a big one because we have one of our guys in the office saying, "Yo, have you seen the 3.8? It's big for ACPs. It's like bigger than the previous iteration." So we want to talk about that. What is the ACP provenance and how this is a big step up for a lot of the coding workflows that we're going through.
Exactly. So first and foremost, so this is really helpful for anyone who wants to do some minor coding or major coding, for that matter, inside OpenClaw. So I'll give you an example very quickly. So I actually did this whole entire site using, the start of this entire site using my agent. So I had like a brain idea where like, oh, why don't we arrange our videos in the form of like a Windows 95?
Yeah.
So it was a kind of like a fun idea, and we did use Claude Code. The reason why you would use Claude Code for a feature like this is that Claude Code is really good at programming. Your agent, whilst it may run Claude, it doesn't have all the functionality and tools for it. So you can see the way that it's going. We've seen a few updates on OpenClaw, very focused much on this ACP, Agent Content Protocol. So it's really about just the communication between your agent and coding tools. That's the major update here.
Yeah.
So before previously, what happened is that you can tell your agent, hey, here in our team, we have someone called Stark, and Stark generally builds stuff for us. Let me just see what team setup here. So yeah, so okay, he's been building stuff. Okay, he's been building presentations, and he's been also building code. But generally speaking, what happens is that when you ask them to build before, you have no idea what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So now with ACP Provenance, you can kind of see kind of the progress. So you get session IDs, you get tracking of what happens, and you can see the debugging.
Yes.
And you can see the long-term effect of this. I feel like the OpenClaw team understands that long-term, a lot of people might want to use it. You don't even have to build something very complicated. It might even be like building something to track your calories in, calories out. It can be a small tool for yourself. And calling in Claude Code to help you do that building is almost like calling a professional construction crew, right?
Yeah.
And now that communication is a lot better because of essentially the session ID tracing, the origin tracing. You can see what went right and what went wrong. I can see this really becoming very powerful for someone who builds overnight. This is something that I'm starting to do. It's like overnight you can say, hey, you know what? Hey, Stark, just run a debug on my website, do any refactoring you needed. They'll do it at night, and you'll see in the morning what happened, and you'll see if anything fails. So I think this is the biggest major update. I know it's not a very big change for someone that's not developer focused. Leave a comment down below if you are using developer features. We want to actually go very hardcore and advanced into these topics. So yeah, just leave a comment down below. We'll definitely keep you up to date on that. I want to see very quickly as well to show you this box mining course idea that we have. So this is a way to structure our website. So like say, for example, if you're stuck on installing OpenClaw, and click this button and click this, and you can watch the recommended video for this.
Yeah.
I know our videos are really hard to navigate, but this is how we're doing things in the future. And on top of that, if you need something like Discord, if you want to set up your OpenClaw with Discord, you can click this button here and click the watch video, and you got the full summary and the video. That face does not look like me. Does it? Does it, guys? But
definitely not.
Anyways, the latest update will make anything like this, developing anything like this, a lot easier. Yeah, so I know, and the website is on BoxminingAI.com. We'll put a link down below as well if you want to navigate through this. We're including a lot of very useful features and video tracking as well, so you know what you watched and haven't watched, so you basically get guided along your AI adventure. There's actually a few updates that was in the previous one where I just want to highlight. So other than ACP Provenance, there was actually a huge update to threads as well in 3.7.
Yes.
Did you use that now recently?
No.
Not yet. Okay. So very quickly, how we set up our OpenClaw is that we have a Discord channel And then when it needs to do a particular task, like say, for example, Stark is generating the presentation for the OpenClaw update, we usually create something called threads. So the credit thread, create a new thread for a new task. Before, the agent did not really see what's inside a thread. Yep. So if you start talking and say, hey, look, the presentation is here. But if you talk in the main chat, the agent doesn't know really what's going on.
Yes.
But a new communication allows that to really happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try it out with Loki because I have multiple workflows with him, but still in 3.2. But so far, my workflow doesn't have to include, have to, report back to the main agent. But we'll let you guys know. I'll do a video updating on the real life example of the improvements of these ACP communications.
Yeah, and the other thing that was pretty big was the added support for the newest GPT models.
Yep.
Well, obviously we know that the creator of OpenClaw is being hired by OpenAI. Yeah. So yes, OpenAI's GPT models work more natively with Discord. So that's what we're doing a testing progress. We still haven't fully tested out how good it is versus something like Opus or Minimax. But the story here with our channel is that I'm focused on my bot with Opus. Ron's focused on his model with Minimax. Yep. Because there's different price points. Opus is really, really expensive to use, and I've been burning up to $30 per day. Ron's just cruising by with like less than $1 because of the coding plan on Minimax. It's very affordable. You can just pay one plan, even a $10 plan per month. That gets you ahead in life. So we'll cover that in a sec. And then we'll also add, so something that was coming very soon is we're going to add an AI model section to tell you what models to use and when we're using them, and some real world case examples. Our whole entire videos are based on real world examples. So we want to make sure that, instead of saying, oh my God, this is like game changing, we want to say, how and why, and get that information to you guys. I think that's around it for updates. Yep. The other cool, interesting thing is Telegram streaming. I'm not sure if you guys have set that up already, but the newest Telegram streaming feature allows for, if you're using Telegram, for the messages to be sent to you kind of streamed rather than wholesale, I would guess. So instead of saying, if the example here is if you want to write a haiku on that, it writes it slowly, and there's a setup guide for that as well, and this is how it's used. So this is like kind of appears over time. I find that quite useful for Telegram users. So if you haven't set that up, there's a full guide on BoxminingAI. You can just click the little Telegram icon here, and it shows you how to set it up and what's inside. So yeah, that's around it for everything. Not too much.
Yeah, I never would have thought there's a Telegram and Discord icon in a Windows 95 UI.
You know what?
Now you've seen it all.
Now you've seen it all. Times can change. So yeah, guys, please do also check out BoxminingAI.com. This site is really made for you guys. There's no cost. It's all free to use. It's basically a fun directory, way to explore our videos and how to watch a video on OpenClaw or AI models or tutorials. We linked everything here. I spent, I think, 4 days making this. So it's kind of gimmicky, but I hope it's fun for you guys. And it's all vibe coded. So what we can do is we can also talk about how that coding process works if you're interested in small minor projects. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Peace.